Well, hello and welcome to another Faith, Philosophy and Life. Me, Mr. Shelton. We've been thinking about proof for the existence of God, and last time we were thinking about disproof for the existence of God, why there may be no God. And we're going to spend the next few lessons looking at the topic of evil and suffering. Yeah, maybe not very festive, but I think it's a really important one that will drive us in our thinking about our life around us as we look at our unit on philosophy. So we're going to be thinking about evil and suffering. I'm kind of giving the game away there, but have a look at these and see what examples you can think of evil and suffering from these pictures. Okay, so we've got the angel and devils, we've got homelessness, we've got hunger, and maybe we've got some sort of weird evil thing that you might come across in movies. We're going to be really drilling into what evil is today. So muse about that. You go and grab a pen and paper, because here's our cheesy intro music. So our title today is What is Evil? What is evil? Make sure you get that written down. And today we're going to investigate what evil is, and next time we're going to think about what suffering is. It's going to be good if you can give a definition of evil, great if you can give some examples of evil, and even better if you can consider why evil happens. During today's lesson there's going to be a media clip we're going to watch. We're going to think about mind map, evils in the world, Diamond 9 activity, and then a big picture activity as well. So I've got a little clip to show you from Apologetics Canada now. What I'd like you to do is to watch this, see what you think. This is quite an aspirational clip. It will make you think. There's some quite challenging concepts in it. But what is evil? Let's watch this and see if you agree.
What is evil? I'm not talking about that red guy with a pointy tail and horns protruding from his forehead, or a supervillain with a PhD. I mean the bad stuff happening around the world. What is that? What exactly do people mean when they use the word evil? Simply put, evil is the corruption of something good. Here's an analogy. Have you ever considered that counterfeit currency is the corruption of real currency? Now notice, you can have currency without counterfeit, but you can't make counterfeit currency unless real currency exists to begin with. Similarly, evil could not exist if good didn't first exist, because evil is the corruption of good. When we call something evil, bad, and wrong, we're presupposing there's such a thing as good, right, and correct. And when we declare that evil is bad, we're revealing our belief that things ought to be good. For example, if someone steals your car, you'll probably call the police to report a wrong committed. This reveals your assumption that there is a right or good way that things ought to be. I think you can see then that the subject of evil naturally leads to the question, what is good?
Okay, so now you've seen that. Maybe write a few notes in your book. What's it saying that evil is? And do you agree that that's what evil is or not? So have a think about that now. Maybe make a few notes in your book as well. That's what I'd like you to do. what does this clip say evil is, and do you agree with that or not, and why? So let's continue then. What I'd like you to do is do another mind map. Alexa, stop. So what I'd like you to do is do another mind map, and on this do evils in the world or society. And this is going to be quite large, this one, because what I'm going to ask you to do is to write down any examples of evil, which could include suffering, that you can think of. So you're going to be putting a lot down for this time. So give that a go now. What examples of evil can you think of in the world around you? Okay, now you've done that, why not contact a friend on Messenger or WhatsApp or FaceTime or whatever it is that you guys are using, and see if you can nick any ideas from them as well, and see if they can nick some ideas from you. Fantastic. Now the next thing I'd like you to do is to see if you can work out, can you break those into any categories? Can you lump them together so you see any current themes that run throughout them? Just see if you can do that. Now I'm going to suggest that you can. I'm going to suggest that you can do it into two themes, which is natural and moral. So natural are things which are made by nature, issues that are natural, and then there's moral, which are issues caused by other people. So go through now and put an N or an M next to each of those that you've got down. So an N next to the ones that are natural evil, and an M next to the ones that you think are moral evil. Now you'll say, Mr. Shelton, there might be a few which overlap. Well, yes, there are a few that could be N or M, but by no means are they everything that's on that list. Try and be a little bit selective with that though. So for example, drought, yes, it could be caused by people, but generally it would be a nature issue, so put that down as an N. Homelessness probably is going to be more moral than natural, but obviously there are times it would be natural because there would have been issues in terms of flooding maybe. So try and make a best judgment that you can on that, and where you need to merge them together, obviously merge them together. So do that and then come back to me. So what we've got behind me then are a list of things which could be potentially classed as evil, or at least wrong. We've got murder, graffitiing, gossiping, lying, fighting, stealing, breaking the law, not helping the needy, and cheating in a test or an exam. What I'd like you to do is to draw out this Diamond 9 activity that's just above my head there, and I want you to put the thing at the top that you think is the biggest form of evil, or in that list, and at the bottom the things that are the least, and then rank the rest of them as well in that sort of Diamond 9 activity. So you've got very agree down to very disagree, and then there's an extension task there as well, which is to give reasons why you put them at the top and the bottom, and is there anything that you think should be on that list that isn't on that list. So give that a go, give yourself 10 minutes or so, then come back to me. Okay, so the next thing then is in the description below, I've put a sheet for you to have a look at. You don't need to print it off. It's just lots and lots of different pictures on it about different forms of evil and suffering that there are in the world. What I'd like you to do is to maybe bullet point some notes down, maybe just discuss it with someone on FaceTime. I don't mind how you do this. It's more of the thought pattern and the chance that you've had to reflect on all of these images that are there. So what kinds of evil and suffering can you see in the pictures? Which ones would you say are natural evil? Which ones would you say are moral evil? Which ones might people use for saying they don't believe in a God? Which ones are potentially issues for unanswered prayer? And which ones would you clearly say are God's fault rather than people's fault? So have a look at that. As always, share information, share ideas with people around you, albeit through social media platforms or so on, and then come back to me. So what I'd like you now to do is to copy what's behind me into your book. It's a fill in the blanks exercise. So write it out, fill out the blanks, underline the words that you add. The words are next to me there. So give yourself sort of 5-10 minutes to do that, then come back to me. Okay, so natural evil is evil that's caused by the natural world. Often these things happen without warning and can cause humans to suffer. An example of a natural evil would be an earthquake. Moral evil is caused by humans. It's a choice that humans make to do something bad that will cause another human to suffer. An example of moral evil could be murder. Okay, or you could have it's a choice that a person makes even. So as long as it roughly makes sense, then you've got them the right way around, and that's really what we're hankering after. So it's going to be good, we said, if we could give a definition of evil, and we've just kind of looked at moral and natural evil, give examples of those, and even better if we can consider why evil occurs. So this is our final task then of your time with me today. I'd like you to write down one definition of evil, 2 different types of evil, and 3 examples of evil as well. Please photograph for your work. Please send it through to your teachers, because obviously we would love to see it. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for your time. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Wash your hands. God bless you. I'll see you soon.